Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I will be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hey guys, I'm Dimitris, and I'm playing Kastor the Druid.
Hey, I'm Kevin, and I'll be playing Malachi.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I play Kyriaki.
Hi, my name is Magda, and I'm going to be playing Nephili.
As per usual, we must pick on the newcomer. And Magda is from Poland. Not a lot of people have been there. I'm going to be honest. I've looked at a lot of pictures of it because they are very festive over there. But other than that, that's about it. I like the pretty lights and the landscape. But we're going to do a Poland quiz, and we're going to see if Magda can actually beat everybody. I'm not going to say any names, but some people did not win the last round of their country's quiz. Dimitris, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I will not be pronouncing a damn thing on this, but it is multiple choice. Dimitris, what is the capital city of Poland? There is an A, B, C, and D, but I'm not going to attempt these.
You want me to attempt these and call them out?
Sure.
You simply have to. It's the law.
It will be a very German pronunciation, which historically doesn't bode well for Polish names, but I will.
I'm getting hate crimed.
So A, Krakow, B, Gdansk, C, Warsaw, or D, Wrocław. And the answer is C, Warsaw.
Oh, shit. Yeah. How did you know?
I live in Europe, Todd.
Oh, that's... Well, yeah, I live in Texas. Doesn't mean I know Louisiana's capital.
I live in Washington, but I also knew it was Warsaw.
Oh, I actually have no idea what the capital of Louisiana is. Becca, what is the official language of Poland? Is it Czech, Slavic, Polish, or Ukrainian?
Like a trick question, but I'm gonna say Polish.
It is Polish.
I want to make a small interruption here, Magda. When I said I lost in the Greek quiz, it was questions like this for the others, and then for me was like, who was the third prime minister after the revolution or whatever? Like, that's how I lost the Greek quiz. just putting it out there.
It hasn't been her turn yet, so don't curse her.
I'm just clarifying.
Oh, here we go. Kevin.
Hi.
What is the currency used in Poland? So that I can't pronounce the last one, but it's euro, ruble, or mark.
Did you just say Iro?
Euro, euro.
Euro is how they say it in German.
Yeah.
That's funny. Interesting. Okay. What is the currency used in Poland? I feel like it's the euro.
I feel like you got one wrong.
Well, that's understandable.
By the way, Magda, you can jump in here anytime and say, wrong!
Yeah, please, by all means, jump in and say, you fucking idiot! No!
Yeah, I wish we had euro.
What's the correct answer?
Złoty.
I'm sorry, one
Is
more
that
time.
how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Złoty, and it translates to basically gold.
Oh, that's cool. We have the
Interesting.
dollar, which translates into worthless
Shitty
paper.
green paper, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
USD. Wee. Oh shit. You know what, Demetrius? I take it back. Her questions are going to be ridiculous, and she's going to win. Magda, I don't know if I need to tell you the multiple choice answers here, but which sea borders Poland to the north?
It's sea, the Baltic Sea. I live like 4 hours away from it.
You did great. Oh no. Is Demetrius first?
Yeah.
It's fine, Todd.
Okay.
It's fine.
Demetrius, what is the largest city in Poland? And it's a whole bunch of stuff that I can't pronounce.
Yeah. Isn't Warsaw also the biggest, or is it Krakow?
I don't know.
No, it has to be Warsaw.
I'm personally not sure, just because two of those cities are or used to be the capital of the country.
Yeah, Krakow, right? And Warsaw? Or am I wrong?
Originally it was Krakow, and
Yeah.
now it is Warsaw.
I would say Warsaw again.
You're correct.
Yeah, has to be.
Holy shit. Becca, which famous scientist born in Poland developed the theory of...
Heliocentrism.
Yes. Can you still not look at your screen?
No.
You
Shit,
cannot.
this ought to be
You
good.
cannot.
Okay.
You cannot pronounce
It's
these.
the first one that's really getting.
So Albert Einstein, Nicholas Copernicus,
Copernicus.
Galileo. Wait,
Figaro.
how do you say his last name?
Galileo Galilei.
Galileo Galilei.
That's just
Or
fun.
Johannes Kepler.
believe that's
what was it again?
Want me to read them?
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Let
ahead.
somebody else do it.
A. Albert Einstein. B. Nicolaus Copernicus. C. Galileo Galilei. What?
I need what they invented.
Oh, no.
Heliocentrism. Should I explain what it is?
Dog, if you can, do it.
Yeah, I can't.
the theory that that the sun is in the center of our universe, or not our universe, our solar system.
Oh shit.
Heliocentrism.
Is it Galileo?
Nope.
No.
It has to be Copernicus, right?
It's
Yeah,
Nicholas.
It's Copernicus, and in original, his name is Mikołaj Kopernik.
Ooh,
That I was
that
smart.
sounds a lot better than what we're gonna say.
He used to frequent my haunts.
Oh, you rolled in the same circles, huh?
He was one of the boys.
Not to name drop or anything.
Maggie used to be tight with Nicholas.
Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
which mountain range forms much of Poland's southern border? Oh, fuck. Is it the Alps, the Balkans, Carpathian Mountains, or the Pyrenees?
Bum bum bum. I'm gonna say perhaps the Alps.
No, the Carpathian
Is it the
Mountain.
Carpathian?
Is it the
Yes.
Carpathian?
Yeah.
Ah.
These are the same mountains Dracula lived at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin, how'd you get that wrong?
You know, believe it or not, not too well versed on the national
Heritage of Dracula?
national heritage of Dracula and the surrounding mountain ranges.
How old are you? Magda, what is Poland's national animal?
It's the answer C, white eagle, specifically a white eagle in a golden crown.
Dope.
Oh, that is dope as fuck. Shockingly, Magda's doing okay. Oh shit, here we go with this again. Everything city related goes to Demetrius.
Yeah, my answer is Warsaw. I don't know if I answered the question.
It's not in this one. I'm sorry.
It's not on the list, but it's still Warsaw.
Which Polish city is famous for its well-preserved medieval town square and former royal capital status?
You mean the city that Magda just said used to be the capital, which is Krakow?
Maybe.
I like this quiz.
This one's better than the Greek one, said Dimitri.
This is the Greek one.
Jesus, this is terrible.
This is
Becca.
better than that one.
Becca, what traditional Polish dumpling is stuffed with ingredients like potatoes, cheese, or meat? Is it goulash, strudel? What is that?
Pierogi.
Pierogi or bratwurst? Bratwurst.
Can you list them again?
Goulash, strudel, pierogi, or bratwurst?
strudel.
Yeah,
Nope,
the
it's
pierogi.
pierogi.
It's pierogi.
But
It would be
pierogi can be stuffed with literally anything. Like a common variety is stuff like blueberries with white cheese.
Ooh,
sounds pretty
that's
good.
I've got some potato pierogies in my freezer right now.
Kevin,
Oh, yeah.
Poland regained independence in which year? In which year after over a century of partitions? 1914, 1918, 1923, or 1939?
You got 25% chance.
What's the statistical probability of an eeny, meeny, miny, mo with 4 answers?
I believe it's 100%.
Yes, has to be.
Fuck it. I'm going to say 1939.
Wrong. It's 1918, and it's right after the First World War.
Oh.
In total, Poland has been invaded, partitioned, annexed, a total of 7 or 8 times.
Damn. Poor Poland. Y'all just be trying to exist out there, and everybody's like, what if I had you?
I've been having the hair on the back of my neck stand up for like 4 years now.
Damn. Well, so we know if Magda has taken extended leave from the podcast, she's probably fighting.
She's being annexed again.
Godspeed. They have to switch her internet every time it happens. Magda, this is you know what? I'm gonna say this isn't a gimme. Which river is the longest in Poland?
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unsure because one goes through the capital city, the longest.
I will tell you this: if you get this wrong, Demetrius is ahead.
Okay. I'm trying to visualize the map of Poland so that I'm not cheating, but have an advantage. I feel. Damn it!
You got
I'll
this.
take
Believe in yourself.
The answer A, which is Odra.
I'm sorry, it's C. Vistula.
Ah,
Oh no!
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't
I
let the
haven't
Greeks
gotten any
beat you.
right.
That's not. Oh, it is true.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
I'm keeping
Sorry, Kevin. Demetrius.
Yes. Warsaw.
Not on the list. What famous Polish composer wrote many renowned piano works and mazurkas?
List?
No.
Yeah.
Chopin?
Frederick Chopin. Okay.
He was exiled to France.
Oh, Chopin.
I didn't think he was Polish, to be honest. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wait, what's the answer? I'm confused.
The answer is Frederick Chopin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed it too. You got
Not
it
my
right.
answer, the correct answer.
Damn.
My answer was Liszt.
Now, your answer was Warsaw.
Yeah, true. I don't know that. I don't see this, man. What's this question?
Becca, which large forest on the Poland-Belarus border is one of the last primeval forests in Europe? Sherwood Forest is on here? That's awesome!
I just like to clarify for Becca's understanding, it's Poland-Belarus border.
Oh, fuck it. I'm happy that Sherwood Forest is on here. I got a little sidetracked. Ooh, Black Forest. I know that one.
Could Magda please pronounce the second answer for Becca before Todd tries?
Nope, not even trying.
I want him to try. I don't want to give it away for Becca.
Oh, shit.
I think that's the shield.
Fuck me. Why is there an L with a scratch through it? How does that make sense? What is that letter? What the fuck?
It's a letter formerly known as L.
Eh.
It's
Białowieża?
basically W.
Białowieża?
For the love of God.
He's not here.
Białowieża Forest.
Fuck me, what?
Białowieża.
Białowieża.
I'm not going to try. I'm just going to let that one sit.
I'll go with that one.
You're gonna go with that one?
Yeah.
It's actually right.
Yeah. A is a made-up forest. C is a desert.
It's close to me. Fun fact, yet another one. We've had to basically resurrect our species of bison from the ground up because the Nazis has basically stolen that place during the war. And they wanted to LARP as being Aryans because according to their mythos, they hunted turs, which is old-timey variant of cow.
Huh.
And almost hunted out all of our fucking bisons. But yeah, we've prevailed.
Just another thing the Nazis ruined.
Hey, the Black Forest is actually in Germany. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Another fun fact, because it is something that destroys me every single day. My father believes that there are Nazi werewolves which still haunt Polish forests.
I do hope your dad's wrong.
He absolutely is. This man has once told me that the moon is a hologram.
You know what?
your
I'm
dad.
actually. That story is not just for your father. I've heard that shit too. I think he's right. It's
think
traveled
I-
this far.
My father is conspiracy maxing. He's got ancient aliens on the TV, and he's watching
yeah.
conspiracy videos on his PC
Hell
in
yeah.
the same room.
At the same time.
Nice.
Fine.
All right, Kevin.
Huh.
Which Polish city is known for its historic shipyards and
Hey.
solidarity and the solidarity movement?
Let's see here. Well, you see, these are all good cities. These are all great cities. All of them very, very nice cities, I'm sure.
The great cities and the best cities.
Which Polish is historic shipyards and solidarity movement? I think this is the only one I'm going to be able to pronounce correctly. So would it be Gdansk?
It
I would
is.
say the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do a lot
That
of work
is-
with Gdansk, actually.
You finally got a fucking right answer.
Woo!
Yes.
Dimitris might be aware of it as the name Danzig, I think.
What?
City Gdańsk is known as Danzig in Germany.
I didn't know that. We call it Gdansk. Or my colleagues who are German call it Gdansk. And Gdynia, the two ports there.
Hell yeah.
All right, Magda. Holy shit! Which Polish pope served from 1978 to 2005?
It was John Paul II.
You got it. Way to go. This is the last round that we're going to do right here, and this is the last chance for Magda to beat Demetrius. And I am looking at the question for Demetrius right now, and Magda, I'm sorry. This isn't my fault. It is not Warthog, so don't say it. Demetrius, what color combination appears on the Polish national flag?
Yeah, okay. It's white and red.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Becca, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, this ought to be fucking good. All right. Which famous World War II site and memorial is located near the Polish city of blah blah blah?
Yeah, please. I need to hear how it's
Oshki?
pronounced.
Auschwitz. I don't know. Osh?
The only one I recognize is Auschwitz, but I don't know if that's accurate or not, so I'm just gonna go with that one.
That's actually right. Becca has guessed her way through this shit and got 3 fucking answers correct.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
somebody had to do it.
Nice.
Wasn't going to be me.
Well, we don't know that yet. Kevin,
I'm here.
you're going to get this one right. Promise.
Doubt.
What sport is extremely popular in Poland and produced stars like Robert Lewinsky? Nope.
Lewandowski.
I don't know.
Lewandowski.
Oh, that was Monica Lewinsky. My bad. She was famous for something else.
Yeah. Produced stars like Robert Lewandowski. I don't know sports, so I don't know who Robert Lewandowski even is. But I'm gonna go ahead and say football/soccer because that's popular across a lot of European countries.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Woo! 2 answers. Let's go.
What the fuck? Magda, you did not get the equal treatment as Demetrius did with the Greek questions. I'm going to tell you that right now. Magda, which traditional Polish soup is made from fermented rye flour and often served with sausage and egg?
It's żurek.
That sounds fucking delicious. Side note.
It is.
Well, that is the correct answer. Demetrius, you have won!
Oh my god.
Ooh.
No, we're tied.
No, you got 5 and she got 4. Becca got 3. Kevin got 2.
Woo!
How many were there in total?
20.
No, per person.
5?
No, I made one wrong. The one with the composer.
Didn't
You said you got
say
that one right.
The right one.
No, I said the right one is Chopin, but I said Liszt, which was the answer D. I had a wrong answer there. We were tied.
Dun dun dun. A
So
plot
me and
twist.
Kevin were a little like confused there. So when I asked about it, you were like, "Oh, it was blah blah," and I was like, "Okay, so you got it." You're like, "Yeah." And I was like,
No,
okay.
I just repeated that me and Magda were discussing that the correct answer is Frédéric Chopin, but I said Liszt when I answered.
You son of a bitch! You tried to cheat.
Hey, I'm what? No,
I cannot believe you would do
doing
that.
the opposite.
Becca, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry you had to be here for this. So Demetrius and Magda have tied with 4. You can both have inspiration. Becca, you can have inspiration for playing with us while you're in your car driving back from the airport.
You can go fuck yourself.
Woo! 2 answers. Let's go.
Kevin,
Sorry.
you can't. Do
Going
better.
on.
I might not be getting mechanical inspiration, Todd, but I'm inspired regardless.
Hello, my name is Kevin, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
The sky over the Gulf of Corinth was bleeding. It was a theatrical display of crimson and bruised violet. A backdrop so dramatic it felt curated specifically for her. A stage set for a tragedy she had not yet rehearsed. Nepheli stood at the edge of a foaming surf, her embroidered chiton damp at the hem, the heavy silk clinging to her legs like the clawing expectations of her mother. She breathed in, a sharp, jagged inhale. Here, away from the stifling perfume of the estate and the prying eyes of servants who worshipped the ground she walked on while fearing the sparks that might fly from her fingertips, she could almost pretend to be human. Almost. Her hand drifted unconsciously to her side, fingers tracing the phantom memory of lightning bolt scars hidden beneath the fabric. The familiar nervous habit soothed the static buzzing beneath her skin. She was the pristine daughter of Corinth, the blessing of Zeus, the perfect porcelain doll. Yet, looking out at the vast, churning abyss of the sea, she felt small, insignificant, a fraud wrapped in gold leaf.
The sea does not care for your perfect posture, little stone.
The voice was a low rumble, resonating in her chest like the deepest strings of a lyre. Nepheli spun around, her heart hammering a frantic rhythm against her ribs, not out of fear, but out of a sudden electric thrill. He stood mere paces away, though she had not heard him approach. He was a man composed of rugged ages and terrifying grace, tall and broad, looming over her petite 5'1" frame like a cliff face. His skin was bronzed by a sun far harsher than the one that warmed her olive complexion, and his hair was a tangle of dark waves, wild and unkempt in a way that would have horrified her mother, but made Nephili's fingers twitch with the urge to touch it. "I wasn't performing," Nephili replied, her voice trembling slightly. She bit the inside of her cheek, tasting copper, annoyed at her own lack of composure. "I was merely thinking."
Thinking is a dangerous pastime for a bird in a gilded cage.
The stranger murmured. He stepped closer, and the air between them grew heavy, charged with a scent of salt, ozone, and deep, crushing pressure. He was devastatingly handsome, but not in the polished, manicured way of the noble suitors who paraded before her stepfather. His beauty was raw, elemental. His eyes were the color of the ocean, where the shelf drops off into darkness, green and blue and endlessly deep. When he looked at her, Nephili felt he was seeing not the embroidery or the jewelry, but the terrified girl who accidentally stopped hearts and woke up screaming from vague nightmares. "Who are you?" she whispered, forgetting her manners, forgetting to demand his lineage as a noble woman should. He smiled, a crooked secret thing that made her knees weak.
An admirer of storms. And you, Nephili, are a hurricane holding its breath.
He reached out, and she did not pull away. His hand was large, calloused, and shockingly cool against her heated skin. He took her small hand in his, turning it over to press something into her palm.
A gift
He said softly.
for the girl who dreams of a life beyond the shore.
Nephili looked down. Resting in the center of her palm was a pearl, but it was unlike any she had seen adorned on the necks of Corinthian matrons. It was perfectly spherical, glowing with an inner luminescence that outshone the dying light of the sun. It shimmered with hues of pink, teal, and silver, brighter than the stars, heavier than it looked.
If you ever tire of the cage,
The stranger said, his voice dropping to a whisper that caressed her ear like a sea breeze.
call to the waves. I can give you everything you have ever dreamed of. Freedom, power, a love that does not ask for perfection, only passion.
Nephili looked up, her blue eyes wide, the gold flecks within them catching the last of the light. Her breath hitched. For a moment, the crushing weight of her duties, the fear of her own magic, and the shadows of her past dissolved. There was only him, the rhythmic crash of the water, and the cool, heavy promise in her hand. "Why me?" she breathed. He leaned down, his lips brushing her knuckles, sending a jolt through her that had nothing to do with Zeus's lightning.
Because
He murmured, his dark eyes locking onto hers with an intensity that burned.
I have always favored the turbulent waters.
As the sun finally dipped below the horizon, plunging the beach into twilight, he stepped back into the shadows of the surf. Nephili stood alone in the sand, the cold pearl clutched tight against her chest, her heart beating a wild, treacherous song of longing.
That was good. But let's get back to the crazy one we know. Previously on the Dungeon Speak podcast, Thebes is clear of demons. The threat of a mind-controlled former high priest of Apollo is gone. The awkward heroes have brought peace to the only thriving city that they have come across in over a month of traveling together through central Greece. They found children in the catacombs that spies occupied, but the leader of the spies and all of their followers seem to have been killed in the demon assault on Thebes. So Malachi gave the children over to Archon Lysandra. Malachi and Kyriaki also informed Strategos Phaedon of the people in Sinpeg, refugees from a camp that demons were using to breed humans. Then Kastor, Kyriaki, and Malachi set out to Oropos in order to find out about the key word for Apollo being taken, and seeing a demon map where Oropos was renamed to the abyssal word for taken. Although they both are very sure that Apollo is dead, they still decided to move out. Outside the city, during night watches on the elevated rocky hills northwest of Oropos, Malachi was approached by a stranger, a wandering mercenary ranger. The stranger had intended to warn the party of the dangers of Oropos, but was unaware at the time that these people were crazy. With his help, they were able to sleep with set watches, making sure that nobody got exhaustion. The next morning, they scaled down the rocky hills that range from 500 to 1,000 feet above Oropos and kind of a semicircle around it, going south in order to approach the village from the southwest. They were able to sneak past a few demons and into a local temple for a dream healing cult named Amphiaros. It only took the sound of a woman screaming for Malachi to kick open the door and begin an assault. When the three went in, with Kastor closely behind, they found a red demonic humanoid woman torturing a young woman with black hair. This demonic woman had potions and vials all over, including on her person, and she had a bone scythe. Malachi, of course, had to kill her. There can be only one. A little while into the fight, they realized something was wrong with this demon woman. Not just mentally, but her blood had a green hue to it. At one point, her blood, after being wounded and cut a lot, exploded outward, barely harming most of the people present, but leaving the table lady poisoned and Kyriaki laughing. After Malachi stabbed the demon in the throat, the table woman started to convulse, so Malachi released her. The completely stable and sane woman then proceeded to jump onto the demon woman, gouge her eyes out, and repeatedly shock her corpse before introducing herself as Nephthali, daughter of Zeus. Kyriaki and Malachi and the mercenary ranger were able to find a few different types of alchemical potions around the room, noticed that the scythe was magical and made/grown in the demonic homeworld itself, and they found a book and leather-bound case also. However, she was unable to identify what exactly they did. Kastor has been asleep for over the last couple of days. Kastor had been asleep. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Kastor had been asleep over the last couple of days, touch of the flu, and walks into the temple after the fight is over. Ironically, the Temple of Dreaming and Healing seemed to have helped. As he wanders in, his keen eyes notice a couple of things the other members of the party did not quite catch. Behind him against the wall is a chest with abyssal writing on it. He also notices, from his point of view, of the demon laying on the ground, that around her wrist, just inside her robes, there is a reflective glint of a key. Kastor, you walk into this temple. What do you want to do? A few reminders of how gross this place is. It is decently large, about 80 feet by 80 feet. There is a very nice fountain in the very center of it. It takes up a lot of space. It's about 15 feet by 15 feet. What also takes up a lot of space is the amount of corpses there are. There are some that have been covered. There are some that are just in a pile. And then there are some on stone slabs that the marble itself, the slabs, do not look of any kind of stone that you guys recognize. There is a torture table or rack with straps on it where your new friend Nephthali had been, with a alchemical table next to it. And then there is a very large globe of some kind of green liquid with a purple mist inside of it, and then a table next to that with a lot of vials and bottles on it. But that should be good enough. Let me know what you want to do.
Does Kyriaki and Malachi look hurt?
Malachi, as you enter, he probably wouldn't have noticed you, but Malachi is doing Malachi ritual things over a lot of these corpses. When you enter in, he's been systematically going to each body and basically making sure that they're entering the underworld peacefully. So he's off doing that, but you can see when you walk in that he's got some, it kind of looks like it's scratches and, or not scratches. It looks like his clothes has kind of taken on some acidic properties, like he's burned away a couple of places and there might be some sizzling still happening, but otherwise he looks fine.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go on, yeah.
I was just going to say, Kyriaki didn't actually take that much potion, or take that much damage. Sorry, I'm reading. Damage while she was there, because it was a lot of poison damage, and she's immune. So it was mostly just Malachi that got beat up, I think.
So Kastor kind of hurried into the temple, but when he saw that everything was fine, he kind of slowed down and walks slowly towards Kyriaki, the dead demon, and the woman, and goes, "Oh, seems you found yourself some excitement, haven't you? What did I miss?"
Nephili looks straight up, terrified, confused, lost, and she just glances at the man and says, yeah, you could say that.
Is Nephili strapped to the bed, or is he free, or?
She is now free.
She's currently, while Malachi does some ritualistic stuff, while Becca is figuring out the scythe and such.
Mm-hmm.
Nephili is just sat against the wall, huddled in a fetal position, just waiting.
Kastor approaches. He generally has a very kind eyes and a kind face. He's a very serene figure. Goes, it's all right, child. Everything is going to be just fine. What is your name? I'm Kastor.
Really nice to meet you. Are you one of those? And she points at Kyriaki and Malachi.
Yes, those are my companions, and I know they look a little bit rough around the edges, but I assure you they are a good stock.
Clearly, they've saved my life.
Are you hurt? Do you need? Do you have any wounds that need to be taken care of?
Nothing that severe. I can carry on in case that anything goes wrong. I'll just.
Are you missing hit
myself.
points? Just a little bit metagaming.
Yeah, a few, but not much.
Then Kastor waves his hand a little bit and very lightly touches you on the shoulder, and I will cast a second level Cure Wounds. So you heal 15 hit points.
Thank you.
There, just a little pick me up, just to make sure you're fit.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Now, young Malachi, no need to be stabbing at me.
I didn't see you enter. Are you, did you get here safely? There were guards outside.
Oh, I actually didn't see them. Oh, did I?
No, you just happened to walk right by them and didn't even notice.
Malachi crosses his arms.
Yep, yeah, that's par for the course.
He looks down at Nephili, kind of huddled up against the wall, and says,
This woman was being tortured when we arrived. We promptly saved her, but... And he looks around. Well, I feel like there were more of us, but it's not important. We haven't done much since then. I just got done. A lot of these torture victims here were probably killed unceremoniously. I made sure that their souls were ushered correctly, and I believe there are more people to be saved in further buildings. Then he looks down at Nephili again and says, "Are you fit to travel? Do you want to help us? I've seen your powers. They seem strong."
Well, I'm not planning for staying here, that's for sure.
Oh, I wouldn't ask that of you. I want you to know, you have the option of fleeing. The city of Thebes has been recently secured as a safe place. You could make your way there if you were looking to find a comfortable place to rest. However, I'm well aware that these things have done horrific things to you, and I'm not one to shy away a person's vengeance if you seek it.
I definitely want to be involved in saving all of the others.
Good. Do you have weapons, armor, anything that you might use normally? Or do you know where these things may have taken it and put it?
Yes, all the things I was taken with in the chest. And she'll stand up, pick up the key from the demon's corpse, and open the chest inside the room.
So, I will say that Kastor, as she picks up that key, you can see there's a symbol that goes down the key. It almost looks like a diamond that crosses over itself into a smaller diamond, and then almost an arrow thing that looks down. And then at the center of the diamond, it looks like there's an eye. Like there's an eyeball, there's the entire eye, including the eyelids, both top and bottom. And then it looks like there's two horns that kind of curve into each other above the diamond shape. And you see carved into her left arm is that exact same symbol. And it looks decently fresh, like they've done it either over and over again or just done it recently.
Is it like on her arm, is it like a tattoo or is it like a scar?
It is not a tattoo, and it's more fresh than a scar.
So it's yeah, but I'm not saying more fresh, but it's a wound. It's carved, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a carved wound.
I kind of tilt my head sideways when I notice that and go to myself, Nephili, are you sure it's safe to open that chest? Malachi, do these sigils mean anything to you? You are resident expert in demons, I suppose.
Let me take a look.
And can Malachi take a closer look at this and see if it has any abyssal meaning or if it's magical?
Yeah. Do you wanna go with him and help him out there, Mr. Kastor?
Yes, sir.
And use your keen eyes. Okay, because we all know that Malachi and Kyriaki have the best perception here, but it wouldn't help to have some eyes.
I've got eyes. They're just not the best eyes.
So Nephili has the key, and you two kind of go up and look at it, and you want to see if it's magical. Roll an Arcana check.
Okay. Is Kastor going to give me the help action by being there?
No. Yeah, sure.
No. No. Fuck you.
Fuck you, actually. All right. Thank you for the
do I
help.
do something for it?
No. I rolled twice with advantage. You see, because you're helping me, which is good because I originally rolled a 7, but instead, because of Kastor's assistance, I rolled an 18.
I'm great, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
So what it says in Abyssal is Hands that break my seal will soon feel their flesh peel. And with an 18 Arcana, by the way, DC 18, you recognize that some of the abyssal symbols around the lock itself are alchemical that are meant to dissolve flesh.
Nefele, don't touch the lock. Don't do it. This seal upon this demon's flesh is some kind of ward or binding rune. It seems like if you try to unlock that, you're going to get a very nasty surprise. Your flesh will melt. We need to find some way to dispel this effect before we can proceed.
Anybody would like to roll an investigation check?
Well, I'd always like to.
That's fair.
I suck at it, but I will try it.
Everybody here has a really high intelligence. I know that, so we're good.
No, not bad.
Nefeli, do you want to try just for funsies? Your wisdom and charisma based. Why not? You never know. Nat 20s do happen. Not a lot here. That's Rebecca.
I rolled investigation and got an 8.
Okay. Malachi, how'd you do?
22.
Kastor, how'd you do?
18.
Kyriaki, how'd you do?
11. Very distracted.
There's a lot of bodies here. And there's a bone scythe, so that's pretty cool. All right. So I will say that I actually didn't expect you to do that good. So you do notice hair-thin tubes running from the lock housing. So you can kind of just see in the crack of the chest itself where there's like little tubes running. And they look like something strange to you. They're kind of a black tint, but you can see there is a greenish color inside the tubes themselves.
Can I disarm it?
You may try, but if you're going to disarm it, I will ask that everybody uses roll 20 to put themselves somewhere, and I'm going to put Kyriaki right in front of it to be disarming it. Malachi, do you want to stay there and help her out?
Yeah.
All right. And Kastor, I see you slowly backing away.
Somebody has to heal them afterwards.
Okay.
Malachi's giving assistance by pointing out the things that he saw to her and telling her, just giving her the basic layout of the construction, pointing things out so she knows how to disarm it.
I hide behind the pillar and give them a thumbs up.
All right. Nefeli, you have the key. What do you want to do? Are you going to stay there with them, or do you want to back up near Kastor?
I'm going to approach them, hand them the key, and who is going to try to open it?
Kyriaki's disarming the lock.
Disarm it first.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nefeli is going to pat Kyriaki on the back and give her guidance.
Ooh.
You son of a bitch. You people may actually live through shit now. All right. So, as Nefeli does that, and then she leaves you alone, with Malachi standing there helping you, in this shit with you as always. Kyriaki, please roll sleight of hand with advantage and with a d4. Thanks to Nefeli and thanks to Malachi.
Woo.
Okay. Don't need to roll again.
I don't know. How'd you do?
I got a natural 20 for a 31.
Oh my god! Well, DC 20, which would have been high for a lot of people, but for you, no. Plaything. All right, so Kyriaki, you hear it, and then you hear like a slight pressure release as these tubes seem to relax away from whatever's on the inside of this chest.
Incredible.
It should be safe to open now.
Should be.
I'm
I
going to
don't
open
see
it.
any other things.
All right, you take the key and you open it. As he starts to talk, you're like, fuck you. Click.
Yeah.
The lock gives a sharp click, but it does open. There's a bit of a hiss, and then the thin seams of the iron bands kind of slit open and give off a breath, but nothing happens. Inside, you can see there are vials that are more cylindrical than round, like you've been seeing around here. And you can see the tubes were connected to them, and these like small fracturous hair-thin traps that would have pulled off, and it would have sprayed outwards from the chest. And from what you could tell of the liquid inside, it doesn't really look too much of like a steam or anything that would have lingered in the air. It looks like it would have actually stayed on the ground in the area, though. So had it sprayed out, it would have done some initial real terrible damage and then stayed in the area, so that if anybody tried to loot the chest, they would still be getting hurt.
Or what's in the chest, other than the trap itself?
So it is, you do see all of Nefeli's gear is in there, along with 8 potions that I have to load up because I forgot what exactly they were called.
Oh, more potions.
Hemocyst Drought. That's what they were called. I believe you've seen these before, but just in case you haven't, with a nature check, you can tell that they are basically healing potions. Is a thick crimson ichor that is kind of like molten wax, and it pulses faintly, like it has a heartbeat, but it does heal 2d4 plus 2 whenever you drink it. And it has kind of a coppery burning taste. Delicious. But you do find 8 of those.
Is it safe to say that we also noticed that any gear equipment that Nefeli may have had is sitting in there too?
Nefeli, do you walk up to the chest and say anything as they open it looking?
She's going to look a bit flustered that they're inspecting her equipment. And she'll say, so some of it is from my pops. Figured he'd want me to stay alive. Some of it is from my grandpa. Like, kinda grandpa, but not really.
I'm sorry, this is perhaps a strange question, but are you talking about your mother's side of the family?
Oh.
Malachi, drops anything he was touching and just kind of, wipes his hands on his cloak a little bit, says, I'm not gonna mess with it. And he just takes a step back.
He's so dramatic.
Yeah, I don't want to touch anything that may or may not have once belonged to Zeus or anybody else affiliated with him at this point. I don't need that heat.
I'm part of some drama. Nothing.
No, I'm wary about things touched by gods, unless they're specifically the god that I'm sworn to. Generally speaking, he has, I wouldn't say my best interests, but he has my interests in mind. Everybody else seems to either ignore me or have it out for me, so.
I mean, I've had some experience with gods and that stuff, and I usually don't care.
Just get a pursed lip nod from Malachi. Anyway, if this is your stuff, by all means, retrieve it. We won't take anything without your permission. Kastor, why are you still hiding? The trap is disarmed. You're fine.
Hey, you don't get to live to be my age if you're not careful.
I should take that under consideration.
To be fair, Kastor, you kind of cheated getting to your age.
Damn.
The sound of jealousy doesn't fit you, Kyriaki.
Some of us had it a little harder. Some of us actually had to survive in the world, not behind a pretty grove.
Just
real quick.
Jealous.
So while Nefeli is getting dressed, putting her gear back on, and strapping up to go kill demons, now we have Demetrius back, would actually like to talk about the level ups, because we always do, and I think it's really fun. Kevin,
Hi.
I hate Malachi doing so much damage and gaining stuff that helps him do it. So please tell me how horrible things are about to get for demons.
Funny you should ask, Todd. So Malachi gains 2 new things at this level up. A feat, which is the mobile feat, which means that he can now move about 10 feet further per movement action, so he can get into the fight a little bit quicker. which everybody loves, I know. But also, he gained a new Eldritch invocation, one known as Life Drinker. This Eldritch invocation allows him, when you hit a creature with your pact weapon, which is both the scythe and the sword of Persephone, the creature takes an additional 6 necrotic damage. The 6 is based off of my level, I believe.
Huh.
Or it's my charisma bonus is what it is, actually. Excuse me. It's based off my charisma modifier. So,
And it's called
on
Life
all of
Drinker.
the... Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask if, because it's called Life Drinker, I'm assuming you get hit points back.
I don't, actually. The life drinking, I believe, is just the fancy way of saying I kill you faster.
Oh.
Yep. So upon all the extra damage that Malachi does to demons, he now does just a flat 6 on top of everything else.
That's fucking splendid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1d10 plus 11 or some shit?
His normal attacks do 1d10 plus 8, and then he also has the 3d6 against demons. And then he could also hex and,
Yeah, sure.
So, needless to say, Malachi is, he gets in faster and he hits just a little bit harder.
That's great. Looking forward to that. Kastor, what'd you get?
I didn't get much apart from the extra hit points of the level. I got a feat named Warcaster. I thought it was very appropriate because I had to do a lot of concentration checks in the last fights.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he started getting used to it, or like got acclimated to it because he hadn't been doing a lot of fighting before. So he got the Warcaster now, which means he has advantage on concentration checks. There's another...
Did you get a new spell slot?
Nope, nothing for spells.
Really?
Yes, nothing. Exactly the same as level 11. And when a hostile creature movement provokes an attack opportunity from me, I can use the reaction to cast a spell instead of making a normal attack.
Oh, shit. That's really cool. You could Thorn Whip.
Yes, exactly. I can nene.
He can whip and he can nay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's over, guys. Go home.
It's also saying that you can perform somatic components of spell even if you have weapons or a shield in one or both hands, which is usually a rule that most people ignore. Like, usually clerics carry shields and cast spells when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But this got me thinking and thought that I want to grab a shield to make me a little bit tankier.
This may be older versions in my head, but can druids use shields?
As long as they're not made of metal.
Okay.
I have proficiency in shields.
Okay.
And since my staff is a quarterstaff, it can also be used in one hand and make it 1d6 instead of 1d8. So first chance I get
off this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to maybe flavor it, because I don't want a magical shield or anything. Maybe flavor it that I somehow create one out of brambles, like I conjure a shield if it's possible.
Ooh, that's sick.
That is pretty awesome. I mean, the answer
have
is
like
no,
a
but that'd be awesome.
Fuck you, Todd.
You sucked on. I mean, we've established that.
You want to make a weapon or shield out of
Yes.
a cantrip.
Correct.
No.
But what if he used Druidcraft to
for
form the shield and then picked it up and carried it after that?
For role-playing purposes. For example, the staff creates a wall of thorns. I can use the charges and then take a piece of it or something. And because the shield costs nothing to buy, I can buy it. But although I don't have any gold noted down on my character sheet, I have no idea how much gold I have. Or
I
if
don't
I
think
have.
you have any, homie.
You always
yeah.
say no. You don't want any.
That's true.
You know what?
Malachi and Kyriaki are pretty loaded, though, so if you ever need gold, dog, we
I just
got
want
you.
a wooden shield, man. Not much to ask.
For role playing purposes, yes, you can do it. I want you to use a spell slot, create a fucking thorn wall, and take a piece of it. Use Druidcraft to shape a shield, pull it off, and use it. But I want Malachi to minus 2 gold for the cost of a shield.
Okay.
I want my money.
Here's your money, God. I've been slowly subtracting gold. I just want to clarify for both the listeners and Todd. I have also been subtracting gold for every body that I see on this map that I have christened to get across the river Styx. I did count the pile of corpses as much as I could see, so I am trying to be legit here.
I don't even know how many there are. I just did copy and paste the shit done.
There's a lot. It's over 12. I know that much.
God, you're so great. Your dedication to the game and the character is amazing.
I also got an armor, right? Or
yeah, you got the vestments of the High Seer. You should be attuned to them by now, no doubt.
I mean, you have been sleeping for 2 days, but if you want to take a moment,
I want to remember if I need them or not. I want to remember what's the stat block on that thing.
They're very good. They increase your AC by 18, or 218, excuse me.
They're very good.
I asked Hades for them specifically, so you better fucking wear them.
That's true.
Oh, there, I got them.
Me, I
Kyriaki.
guess.
Hi, what'd you get?
I took the tough feat,
Oh, fuck.
so my HP jumped like 30 30 HP. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
What are you sitting at now?
154.
A level 12 fighter who can beat the shit out of a lot of people and stalk them like prey with 154 hit points. That's sick.
Yeah.
What's your AC?
18.
Oh, that ain't good.
Maybe for you. It's great for us.
She's the exact same as a plate-wearing tank.
Mm-hmm.
Except for more dangerous.
And she's magical.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get besides hit points and a feat?
Nothing.
Really?
just got
So the Warlock Invocation is pretty much all y'all got at 12.
Yeah. I mean, usually at level 12 you get your ASI increase or a feat. So like feats are pretty good. Honestly, we've all got some pretty good feats now.
All right. Damn. Okay, cool. So Nefeli has finished putting her stuff back on, and she's pretty much good to go. What would you guys like to do?
Malachi rubs his hands together a little bit, stretches his shoulder out, and looks across to the other three and says, "We have people to save. We shouldn't waste any more time. Who knows what's happening to them? Nefeli, you seem to know where they might be keeping other prisoners. Would you be interested in trying to lead us to them?"
I only saw them vaguely. They forbid me from looking around whenever they were carrying me off somewhere, but I think I can try.
That'll do. You're working with even more knowledge than we have at this point.
Nefeli, roll a history check. Let's see what you remember. And just as a reminder, you know that outside of here, there's the dirt pathways going across like all the little grassland areas, and this was a huge trade route. Malachi remembers that. There was a lot of people coming through here. There's trade for pretty much everything. Wine, barley, olives, food, everything, timber. And then there was the Euboean Gulf, that is kind of in the northeast side, away from the city itself into the harbor. There are barley and wheat fields, kind of northwest outside this temple, and then an olive grove. And all of this is on the east and southeast side of the town itself. And then on the east and north side of the temple, there are little stoas, places with windows, lots of beds for people to sleep and be healed by Amphiaros, the dream healing god. And then there's the Asopos River to the east of the temple itself. So if you wanted to like Navy SEAL this shit, you could do it. All right, Nefeli, what would you get?
Somehow I've managed to roll a 24 in history.
Holy
Nice.
fuck. I want you to ask me. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me start over. Do a perception check. And this is stuff you noticed while they were taking you. Because if I just start telling you everything possible, it's going to get crazy.
Oof, that's only a 6.
Well, they were beating you and torturing you, so that's understandable. All right. So you remember a lot, didn't see a lot. The palisade walls are 20 feet tall. They have 3 entrances, 2 on the west southwest side and 1 facing the harbor. The one facing the harbor is bigger. It is a lot wider. In the center of the town itself, that's where the merchant square is. That's where a lot of people would sell a lot of their goods that they weren't just, passing through with. And then, the big ass demon who had invaded, he kind of set up shop near the water. Every time you would go out, you would see him on the northeast side by the piers themselves. And then there was a lot of mud huts within the walls, like just a whole bunch of them. They used to be homes that were burnt out. Like they didn't try to save anybody or anything. They set fire to all of it. And then that is where they're keeping everybody. And they would put them all in small groups and keep them all in small groups. Before they realized what you were and who you were, they kept you also in a small group. So you would only be 3 or 4 at a time inside each home. But then you had to be kept by yourself. And there are some wandering demons that you saw on your way here, but they would be 1 or 2 at a time. They didn't really have a lot of big groups or anything like that. If you have any questions of something obvious that a, 6 perception would notice, feel free to ask.
Well, considering I'm almost legally blind,
Oh, you too, huh?
I think Nephili is going to relay the information you've provided and say, maybe we could try taking down the guards while the people are hidden inside those homes.
Eradicate the guard force before they have a chance to even try stopping civilians from fleeing.
Yeah. So basically, there are 1 or 2 patrolling for the streets, but the problem is the big guy.
Actually, if I may, on that note, I will say something obvious that you would have known also. There are no civilians in here. Everybody who was brought here, everybody you saw, everybody you came in contact with, they were all soldiers from all over the place. There was Thebians, Athenians, Spartans, Corinthians. That's a weird way to say it. You met somebody from Olympia, maybe. It seems all over the place. But they were all soldiers. Sorry, that was just semi-obvious. So I was like, let me throw that at her.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Still better than to get them necessarily involved.
The guards shouldn't be a problem. You said the big guy. Is there another commander of this camp? I assumed that one, and he points at the corpse across the way, was in charge of this thing.
I'm not sure. It wasn't like I had a chance to study their patterns.
Yes,
but...
I'm sorry, of course. I'm putting a lot of expectation on your knowledge here. I'm sorry. I forget you were a prisoner as well. That's fine. I think that... He looks at Kyriaki kind of pointedly and says, I think that killing demons is by far our most strong suit. So if we're going to kill out the guards, that seems like a fine plan. It's just we need to know that if we start an engagement with 2 of them, they're likely going to draw the attention of the rest of them. So it could be a much larger fight than just 2 guards.
In that case, perhaps I'll find a way to get higher ground. Because considering that the big guy, like I said, he's like 15 feet tall, I'd rather...
You're talking about the thing in the water. We've been
Yes.
told of this before. A stranger passed through our camp and told us of this creature.
I just don't really want to get in close quarters with him. If it's possible.
We've had our fair share of close quarters run-ins with powerful demons, and it has never been a good time, so I can agree with you. We should try to avoid its attention if possible. Hopefully it is confined to the sea, somewhat, but never know until you fight it, right? You two can weigh in on this. He looks at Kastor and Kyriaki.
Nope, it's all you.
I was thinking about something, and I was wondering, I know, no offense, Nefeli, but I feel like you've been trapped in this room for a bit, and I was wondering if you should have Kastor scout for fresh eyes of the city.
Oh, what? Sorry, I didn't understand that.
I think she's implying that you should change it to like a bird or something and get a higher viewpoint.
Yeah, maybe that is a good idea. It's better to get some information first. I can definitely do that.
Not that I don't trust your information that this has been. We have caused a disturbance. I just want to make sure they haven't moved any of their forces.
It's a good thought, yes.
And I want to see if Kastor can get his eyes on the big monster in the water.
All right. I can do that.
I can turn you invisible again. That way you have a safer trip, rather than having to worry about, being plucked out the sky.
Maybe it would be good to hold our strengths and not waste it. I'm
just be careful.
Hoping that they will not pay attention to a bird in the sky.
It won't take much. Kyriaki will walk over to the corpse of the woman and heal her blood to turn Kastor invisible. Let me make sure that I'm pulling the right information. Oh, I'm a new... It didn't change. I was like, I'm a new level. It didn't change how much it could take. 14 points. That's plenty to cast my spell.
Well, I also transform into a hawk.
Board.
Falcon.
Ooh. Falcons are quicker. You should do that.
Remember that.
So you're turning into a falcon and then going to fly around.
Yes, sir.
And Kyriaki is going to invisible?
Yeah. So Kyriaki walks over to the corpse and her hand twitches. And Nefeli, this is the first time she's seeing, but Kyriaki takes the blood from her body, whirls it around, and she can see the poison that this lady has in her blood and almost separates it out and uses the blood and writes a sigil of invisibility on Bird Kastor.
On his fluffy little chest.
All right. So Kastor the Falcon, you may exit. There is only one exit from this temple. As it is a temple about dreaming, there's not a lot of windows. That would really ruin the ambiance. But there are the double doors that you can go out, and that is on the west side of the temple itself. And you can start flying around. Where would you like to start?
I mainly want to take altitude, so I have a vista of the whole place.
Okay. About how high do you want to
go? I don't know, 100 feet.
Okay. So you go 100 feet up. One of the first things you notice is that you are alone. There are no flying demons in the area. You can look to the northwest, the west, and the south, and the southwest, and there are none perched on the rocks. There's none over the water to the east or northeast. It looks like there's no flying demons. So since you are invisible and you're flying, you should have a bit of a safe feeling as you fly around. So I would actually like you to you can move around the map, or you can just ask me about things and I will answer them and let you know. Or you can just tell me what direction, kind of in a circular motion, that you want to go, and I will try to inform you of everything as I can.
Right.
As you fly around, you will see that there are a lot of demons, but they seem to be separated. Or not even a lot. I'm sorry, I forgot what you're used to. So compared to what you're used to, there's not a lot of demons. But if you were a normal person, there would be a lot. You can't see inside the mud huts, inside the wooden palisade walls too well. But you can see there's a bunch of them, and you can see a few demons in there, but no more than probably 5 or 6. Outside the walls, you can see there's maybe 10 to 12 of these demons, but that's about it. And then you can see by the UV and Gulf, there is that really big one. And will you roll perception for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
22.
You're so good. I hate it. So a few things that you're going to notice is the demons here are different from a lot of the demons that you've seen. They seem like their skin, it's almost like mildewy and kelp, and you can see like seaweed almost growing off them, like they were not meant for land, or like they were in the water too long. Their eyes do glow with like kind of an orangish yellow, and they do have the typical horns, but otherwise they don't really look like a lot of demons that you've seen. The one on the beach, if you make your way that way, he is very big, like she said, about 15 feet tall. You can see he has a lot of chains around him, and that seems to be a theme with these guys, is the whole chains thing. He looks like something off of a Scooby-Doo show. You can see he has the seaweeds coming off of him. He has a very large maul with fangs around it. You can see he's just kind of standing there at the harbor. And as you look down and squint your falcony eyes, you can actually see it looks like he's guarding something. And it looks like it is a pile of what could be described as purple crystals. Lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
what about the demons that are to the south of the temple? Are they still there outside the temple?
they are still there. They seem to be walking around. They can't see you, so that's a shame. But they're either just standing around or walking.
Okay. Are there any other demons nearby the temple that are like patrolling close enough to the temple, or is this because I see the ones on the east of the fortified area, and then a couple on the west of the fields?
There's two to the very south of the temple, like right outside of it. You
Yes,
don't know how
yes.
you didn't run into them. But
Yeah.
but other than that, in the direct vicinity of the temple, you don't see any.
And what about inside the fenced village? We haven't been there before, right? The village.
No,
place.
you've never been here. You see 6. It looks like there's only a few that are in the houses themselves. 1 on the southeast side, 2 on the northeast side, but the other 3 seem to be just in the center, kind of near the market area. And you can see there's a lot of blood in kind of a pile there. And so it looks like they were busy doing something, but who knows what.
Okay. Well, I take a good. I make a good round of the area, try to see everything and try to memorize as much as I can before I return back into the temple and just transform back into my own self. So I take the patrol, I check everything, and then I come back to tell the rest what I saw.
All right.
And so I fly in. They don't see me because I'm invisible, and I transform back into my old self, which also breaks invisibility, I assume, because it's an action.
I don't think it does, actually.
No?
No, I think it has to be either a spell or an offensive attack. I think you could. I think even going back to a human, you're still invisible. I'm not 100% sure, but I think.
Huh. No, it doesn't. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I willingly break
If you want to attack
invisibility.
Malachi, I understand.
Yeah, it's as I fly in.
I'd understand too. This could be real.
Well, no, because I'm going to be the one that's going to heal him afterwards, so...
Oh, that's yeah. That's kind
It's
of
basically my personal medic at this point.
Yes.
Medic!
Yes. Yeah, I transform, like, as I fly in, I just shape back into Kastor. Right, so quite the view outside. There is quite a few of demons roaming around. Not something we cannot handle, of course. We've seen worse. There are 2 very close to the temple, and I point to the south wall. They are patrolling right outside that wall. So those are the closest ones.
I think those are the ones we probably snuck past.
Yes, they're still there. So they could run in here at any moment. They were really close. And then, yes.
could we perhaps, separate them so we can take them down each one by one without alerting the nearby ones? Or is that just the stuff they write in the place?
Well, if nothing changes drastically in the next minutes, if we fight the demons that are outside the temple, they are well far away from everyone else to be heard. So we can do that fight safely without expecting reinforcements. Then there is a fortified village to the north of us. And there's several demons around. And I did see that big one you were discussing earlier. Is bound in the water, looked like at least, and it seems to be guarding some purple crystals. They seem familiar. Have we run into the crystals
I was
before?
going to ask the same thing. I was like, I know purple crystals is something we've dealt with before, but Todd, could you remind us?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
God damn it.
So good at history checks. My 0 modifier.
Oh, I rolled a 20. Not a
Yeah.
natural, a dirty one.
Filthy 20 for Kastor. Malachi just rolled a 9.
So this has come up a few times, but you've never seen them in a group like this. So the breeders camp, they were used as a warning device. The big demon that resided over that camp had used them as a way of being warned when you guys were coming around the corner. He broke them up and then scattered them across the entrance so that whenever you stepped on them, it made sounds. Little did he know, Kyriaki climbs walls. So that was I believe the first time you ran into them. And you ran into them in Thebes in the sewer. You saw them being used on the guards, and they're transforming them into these half demons, the Never Coast guards. You didn't get any whole ones. You only saw the used ones, and then those were the same guards that Kastor tried to drown. I don't think you have any whole ones. You have shards, but you don't have a whole one.
Okay. I'm going to do some research and I'll follow up with you after the session.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer.
You people.
You mean you people?
I mean, you people.
Take it. I'm terrible at managing my inventory.
You have an
I'm
Excel
looking at your
file.
inventory. It's actually not bad.
You should be the one to be the best in handling it because you have an Excel file
Yeah.
for a
You know.
character sheet.
You have a worm in your inventory.
I do have a worm in my inventory. He's got. There's a picture of him. His character sheet's on that inventory sheet.
Yeah. It's
pretty funny.
like, what is this, like Saliki or something like that?
Skuliki.
Skaliki. I was close.
Right. So you know kind of what they were used for, but you've never seen a whole one, or you've never seen them in a quantity like this or guarded like this. And I don't believe you've seen them in the possession of a full demon.
Mm-mm. No, we somewhat saw what was happening in the sewers of Thebes with them transforming people into demon fusions, but that's it. That's the breadth of our knowledge, I think.
In a way, I've seen them.
Mm.
A singular one.
She says, coming up behind you.
Do share.
Well, they had one of those, and in one of their experiments, they tried to, implant it inside my chest cavity.
And they failed.
I mean, I sorta exploded the room.
That will lead to failure, as far as I'm aware. Okay. Good to know.
That's all I remember. I know I killed 2 demons at once. That alchemist who was keeping me imprisoned was thrown across the room, and I just blacked out.
Okay. So I think it's a safe assumption to say that we don't really want this collection of these crystals to make it off of that beach if we can help it. If they're using these crystals to change people like us into demons, we should eradicate it. But that means we'll also have to face the very large creature.
I mean, if he's guarding them, and if they're explosive, I maybe perhaps could just explode them from a distance and hope it takes him out.
A lofty hope. These demons are very hard to kill, especially the bigger ones. But if it destroys...
If it doesn't kill him, it's bound to do some damage, right?
Right. And also, if it destroys the crystals in the process, we will have achieved our mission, whether or not we succeed in living through the encounter afterwards. Perhaps maybe a darker thought, but you know me. Regardless, we should get moving, and I think that it's a good idea to start with... I'm thinking if we can take out the guards that are south of here. They're somewhat secluded from the rest of the force, right, Kastor?
Yes.
You take them out, and then there's 2 more that we don't have to worry about showing up for an encounter later. Any thoughts on that, anyone, before we go?
You're the warriors, you tell me.
I haven't been known to be the best at strategy, which is why I ask my friends for help now.
Well, I beg to differ. Your plans were usually working. That's my experience, at least.
Usually working when you're bringing me up from the ground. But anyways, let's see if we can sneak. Perhaps we can get the jump on the creatures so that they don't see us coming. Hit them hard, hit them fast, kill them as quickly as possible. Agreed?
Okay.
Yes.
Sure, I'll just stay on the sidelines.
Stay close and help as you can. I imagine your specific set of abilities will draw quite a bit of attention.
Is there any sort of ladder leading outside so that Nefeli could get onto a roof?
No, there are no ladders leading to any of the roofs in this town, just onto like a small ledge for the palisade walls on the inside of it, so that archers can shoot down.
What do you suggest?
I can get you up to one of the roofs.
Our friend Kastor has a way with making people, getting people where they need to go.
Okay.
Just let it happen. Don't fight it when it does.
What's the thing to say?
Yeah, don't fight it. Where's the fun in that? Hit the subscribe button. Okay, bye.